Season 3 of the Immersive Driver Career Mode gets underway today. But first, we've got a very important decision to make. Who are we going to be driving for? Is it going to be Ferrari, or are we going to get the Red Bull or Mercedes seat that we're going to try for? The reason we're trying for it is because we want to go for that championship. Ferrari, the 6th best team in F1. With this Immersive Driver Career, we aren't in control of the R&D. And we have got the regulation reset. They have gone ahead and protected some of the engine components towards next season, but they are going to lose performance. The durability, they haven't protected any of these, and after 6 mechanical failures this season, that is a bit worrying. So we are going to approach other teams. Who do we want to go for first? I think we probably want to go for Red Bull. Let's see if Red Bull want us, first of all.
They're happy to enter into negotiations with us.
So let's go for a medium risk offer and see if they'll take us. Yes, 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 yes. Red Bull have signed us up for next season. I wasn't expecting that. I thought maybe we'd have to have a couple of days of manoeuvring about, but we have officially joined Red Bull. Isn't that exciting? We have got some more in the perk fund. What do we want to do? I think we probably want to go for the engine wear being reduced again. I think that's the one we want to go for. So let's have a little look then at our Red Bull car. I'm really nervous. What have they protected in the R&D tree? I mean, they've got plenty of powertrain stuff. Okay, so they have protected a reasonable amount of stuff. Not everything, but a reasonable amount. What about the durability? Okay, they've not protected anything either, so it might not be the best decision, but we will see. I'll see you guys for the car reveal, and we'll see exactly what sort of position we're in. We might as well go to the end of the season.
Our new parts have completed without issue. They'll be on the car ready for the next race weekend.
So it looks like they've gone ahead and protected some more stuff, which is good. Yeah. They've protected loads of the engine stuff. So I think we're going to be in a terrific position, actually. Okay, right. Let's end the season and see what it says. There you go. We increase our reputation to mid-15s now, which is awesome. And we are going to be partnering Max Verstappen as we finish 7th in the championship. This is going to be awesome. I haven't driven for Red Bull for a long, long time. And of course, we are going to go for the 16 race season. So I'll decide on what those 16 races are going to be. And I'll see you guys in a second. Well, there is the calendar then. Unfortunately, I didn't resume recorded on the calendar screen. But we are starting in Bahrain, moving to China, Spain. Canada is 4th with France, Austria, Britain, Hungary, Belgium, Holland, Italy, Russia, USA, Mexico, Brazil, and finishing in Australia. The tracks that are missing out are Monaco, Baku, Japan, Singapore, and I believe that's everything. Is there another track? I don't think so. I think that's everyone that's gone. Which is awesome. I think that's going to be a really cool 16-race season. Finishing in Australia is something that's a little bit different. You know, I'm really looking forward to that. Looking at the R&D then, we are the 3rd best team. So I think we've made actually a very good decision to join Red Bull, because look at Ferrari. They are really, really struggling. They are well down. So actually we've made a good decision. We have dropped down pretty much more than any other team, but because we were starting up so high, I think that you know, we're in a very good position. We'll probably be pretty much where we were at the end of last season with Ferrari, battling for podiums, battling for potential Grand Prix victories on the right circuits. But hopefully the team can do a really good job with the the powertrain, upgrading it, and getting us going a little bit with all of that. So that's the plan. Let's have a little look at who has joined who then. So Verstappen still at Red Bull, which is good. So we have got Hamilton and Bottas at Mercedes. We have got Norris and Ricciardo at McLaren. Perez has swapped seats with us to take up the Ferrari seat. Alonso still at Alpine. Vettel and Stroll still at Aston Martin. Gasly and Tsunoda still at Valterri. Latifi, Mazepin, Ocon still where they were. Russell still at Williams. Giovinazzi has took up the second seat at Alpine. Mick Schumacher still there at Haas. And Zhou has took up a seat at Alfa Romeo. So actually not too many changes, and I thoroughly expected Carlos Sainz to be back in the mix, but it wasn't to be. So I'll see you guys for the car reveal. She's a beauty. So here we are then for the Bahrain Grand Prix. We will of course be setting the session length to long. We'll do a 50% for the first race of the season, but there is a summary of the driver moves. So we've replaced Perez. Perez has replaced us. Giovinazzi has replaced Raikkonen, and Zhou has been signed to replace Giovinazzi at Alfa Romeo. The current state of R&D. Okay, so the R&D points have been made available, all that good stuff. So yeah, everything looking very, very strong indeed. I'm looking forward to testing out the Red Bull car. I think we've got some very good performance by the looks of things, and hopefully, you know, we can go out there now and put in a real challenge for some race victories, and maybe even a championship challenge. Let's see how we get on in qualifying. Okay, then here we come up to the line. First lap in a Red Bull around Bahrain. What's it going to be? It's a 1:25.4, which, you know, isn't our best lap time that we're capable of, but we did go very, very deep into turn one and, well, managed that again, so that's potentially somewhere we need to improve. I do just want to show you our new crash helmet. I don't know if you can see that there. But now that we've moved to Red Bull, brand new crash helmet, and I think it fits the car very, very nicely, and I think it'll be a cracker. But yeah, that should be enough to get through to Q2, but definitely in with a much better shout in Q2, I think. Well, there you go. Some things never change. We're out of Q2, well, easily through to Q2, I should say. In 14th place, our customary position. Lando Norris, quickest in Q1, interestingly enough. Alonso doing really well as well. Antonio Giovinazzi, really looking forward to seeing him in the Alpine this year. How he goes on up against Fernando Alonso is going to be great to watch. Perez slightly outpacing Charles Leclerc as well, and Ocon out-qualifying Zhou, but Alfa Romeo looking in a little bit of trouble right now. Well, here we come up to the line on the medium tyres, and that's only a 1:26 flat. That's not going to be anywhere near good enough to get through to Q3 on the mediums. We will try one more lap and see how we get on, but not feeling it. Well, here we come then. It's going to be 0.3 quicker, but not enough. Only 11th place on the medium tyres, so we're going to have to come in and unfortunately use a set of soft tyres to get through, which compromises strategy a little bit for the race, but it looks like nobody else is actually trying to get through on the softs, so maybe we're just a madman, but 1.2 seconds we should be making up here, and that should be enough to easily get through. Here we come up to the line then, 8.5 tenths quicker, and that's 9th place for the moment, and that is actually a purple final sector, which is very nice to get near to the end of the session, but we're not safe yet. Certainly not safe yet.
Okay, we can take you this lap.
Come into the pits this lap. Don't think we'll be able to get another set of boots on, so it's all going to be about whether particularly Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez can go quicker than us. That's not going to help our tyres. Just going to make sure that we're sensible. Just letting the Valterri pass. We'll come into the pits and we'll see if we get through to Q3. Let's have a look. So, only a minute left. A couple of the guys are out there. Obviously, Max Verstappen is going to be the one that you think may well knock us out here. We'll ride on board with him. So, decent first sector, 27.3. Which is matching us in the first sector, or 27.5, 2 tenths of a second off. So we're looking for 36.6 in the middle sector. He's 2 tenths down at the minute on what he needs. 36.6 is what we managed in the middle sector. He comes round now. What's it going to be? 35.9. Wow, 7 tenths quicker, so he's 5 tenths up on us at the moment as he's coming down the second to last straight. He's just got one corner to get right. He's surely going to go above us here. He comes up to the line. What's it going to be? Well, was it enough? Well, it was enough to go past us, but Perez couldn't do enough. And we are through to Q3 then. A 1:24.4 from Max Verstappen. Very, very good. But we are through to Q3 on our debut. Both Ferraris out in Q2, both AlphaTauris out in Q2, and of course, George Russell. Here we come then, up to the line, first shot at pole position. It's going to be nowhere near pole position. It's a 1:25.3, which is 8 tenths off our teammate Max Verstappen. We may have another go straight away on these tyres. Straight away a slow first couple of corners. A 10th down.
There's only one lap of fuel remaining.
Well, here we come up to the line. A couple of tenths quicker, but not quite enough to go above Vettel and Stroll, which I think may be our target today. But we will try our best to get near Max Verstappen, but he is just a little bit quicker than us on 1 lap pace at the moment. But let's switch tyres. We'll see what we can do. We'll take all of the fuel out of the car and have one final run at it. Well, this has been an absolutely unbelievable lap. Look how much quicker we are, and we're coming up to the line a second quicker. And that's enough for P2 on the grid. What an awesome lap. And we managed to out-qualify our brand new teammate. And we got everything out of it on that final lap. That was unbelievable. A 1:24.1.
Let's review our top 3 today. Bottas,
wow.
the captain, and Fernando Alonso. Goodbye for now then, but we're really just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
Well, Max Verstappen just didn't seem to ever get the pace right today. He was always on the cusp of, well, he nearly went out in Q2, Q1. You know, he was only 10th, so his pace hasn't been brilliant. He was 3/10 off his Q2 time, though. Could have qualified 7th, but yeah, delighted with that. P2 on the grid, just behind Valtteri Bottas. So bring it on for the race tomorrow.
Months of rumour and speculation all come to an end today as we return to racing for the opening event of what promises to be an enthralling season. Welcome along then to round 1 of this year's Formula One World Championship. There's no shortage of passing opportunities around the 3.36 miles of the Bahrain International Circuit, with the best at turn 1 of course, and then another soon into turn 4. 15 corners here, 6 to the left and 9 to the right, and we could see 1 or 2 flat spots into the tight left-hander of turn 10. A new season then, a clean slate where anything could happen. Anthony Davidson is with me today as we get another year of Formula One underway.
We're into those tense few minutes before the first race then. Everyone's a little bit nervous about reliability. They haven't been running in the hot, turbulent wake of other cars in practice, and they've not been pushing at 100% for long durations. Let's hope no one has to deal with any nasty surprises.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position and the captain completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Fernando Alonso, Ricciardo, Lando Norris and Hamilton, Giovinazzi, Vettel, Verstappen and Lance Stroll, Perez, Leclerc, Pierre Gasly and Tsunoda, Russell, Latifi, Esteban Ocon and Guan Yu Zhou, Mick Schumacher and Nikita Mazepin. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
Here we go then.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
First race of the season, and looking at the strategy, possibly going for a 2-stopper there. I mean, a 1-stopper looks so much quicker. But you just... I wonder whether we could possibly have our second stint as medium and just take them all the way. I mean, that does look the quickest way to do it, but that's surely going to be too risky. I don't know. I mean, that is by far the quickest way to do it on the 1-stop. But 11 laps on the soft tyre, that is pushing it fine. But we will have much quicker lap times early on. So that's what we've gotta look at, and yeah, I think that's what we'll go for. I mean, the hard tyre, our pace will be consistent, but as you can see, although the mediums do look a little better, I don't really get how they're working that out, but yeah, boy, it's gonna be tough. But yeah, let's go for that strategy, and we can change it on the fly if we need to. Oh, it's all stressful, isn't it? First race, I want to make a good impression on Red Bull.
Okay, how was the pull away? You'll have a bit more grip than that on the start, but we need to warm the tyres properly now. Make sure you get some heat into the brakes as well.
And it would be fantastic to win the race today. It really would be, but it is going to be incredibly tough. But I think we have got the pace in the car to possibly do it. We've got to try and get ahead of Bottas early. That's going to be the key.
Weather is looking good for now.
Making sure that we're nice and clean on the racetrack. Nearly got disqualified from the formation lap there. That would have been quite embarrassing on our debut. So I'll see you guys at lights out.
Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid has formed. Be ready with the clutch.
Here we go then. We're ready for the lights. Just waiting for Mazepin to form up, and here we go. Lights out, away we go here in Bahrain for the opening race of the season. Lots of wheel spin at the start, and we're absolutely swamped as we head towards turn 1. We go down the inside, but nearly made contact with Alonso. Managed to just about stay out of it though. Although we do get the warning for exceeding track limits, but that's the lesser of the two evils. I'd rather get that than lose our front wing. And I think we will have the pace here to get at least back past the McLarens. That's where we got to be looking. Bottas is probably going to be away now. Can we make this one-stop work? Well, there goes Antonio Giovinazzi down the inside, showing the straight line speed of that Alpine. We managed to just about stay ahead of him. We were side by side through turn 2 and 3, but managed to make the move stick. He's having a look into turn 4. Not quite. Well, there goes Giovinazzi again, having a look down the inside of the first corner. We're just trying to make sure we keep it nice and clean, and we are through on Giovinazzi there. He is going to have another look. We have got DRS open this time, and he shouldn't really have a chance, and we close off any sort of lingering down the inside. We are 2.5 seconds behind Daniel Ricciardo here.
Seconds.
Haven't really got the pace of the front guys at the moment. But we are going to go for the one stop, but there goes Giovinazzi again. But we've given ourselves a chance with the DRS.
Okay, we lost the position. Try to keep focus.
Gonna have to stay close to him now through this final sector. Should be able to do that now with the overtake button.
Be aware,
Verstappen,
we expect the grip levels to start falling away soon.
is the car behind. We have got DRS, so here we go. This should be a fairly straightforward manoeuvre. But we just don't have the same straight line speed that we had at Ferrari. But that is a great move down the inside. And we are through. And we have got DRS to try and pull away from him. So lap 5 of 29, I think we need to do this lap and next lap and then come into the pits and get our hard tyres on and try and go to the end of the race.
The gap to the car ahead is 4.0 seconds.
Well, there he goes again, Giovinazzi. Trying around the outside this time to give him the inside line of turn 2, but we just managed to brake so much deeper than the Italian. He is going to have another little look though, but not quite close enough there. So we're hanging on at the moment. Well, here we come then. Into the pit lane we go. And that's Fernando Alonso in as well.
Complete.
We are away very, very quickly. But Alonso out on the medium tyres, so he's going to be pitting again. And this is the key now. We've got to look after these tyres. We've got to have good shape on them.
Stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track.
We got to go all the way to lap 29 now. Well, chance on Nikita Mazepin. And we're through.
Max is coming in for his stop.
So Max Verstappen is in for his stop. So now we're going to see if we manage to come out in front of those guys. I don't think we're going to. Kind of doesn't matter, but there they are coming out of the pits. I mean, we are going to come out in front, just in front of Max Verstappen and just behind Giovinazzi. Amazingly enough. He's on DRS now. It's going to be like Duel in the Desert again, with us on the hard tyres here. Chance on Gio. And we are through.
Brilliant. Nice move.
Well, chance on George Russell here. Should be easy enough. And we are through. And there's Latifi as well. We might as well get past him while we got the chance. Good stuff. Up to 13th now. And there's Sebastian Vettel. We are easily in front of him as well. But we've got Ocon and Zhou ahead of us. Setting up the move on Zhou and Schumacher now. But look at Bottas. I mean, he's come out well behind the guys who were fighting for the lead, which is unbelievable. Yeah, this is going to be a great chance on Zhou. We've just got better tyre wear at the moment, but that's our second warning.
Okay, the incident has been cleared. Let's get back up to racing speed.
Well, it looks like somebody's retired from the race. I'm not entirely sure who. It might be Zhou. Actually, on his debut, we've just come past him.
2.1 seconds.
Had to just wait for the yellow flags to stop there. But we are through on Mick Schumacher now. But unbelievably, no safety car. Well, you join me on lap 13 of this race, and we are catching the cars ahead. A treat here. We're managing to keep the gap to Max Verstappen behind very consistent, and managing to put in personal best sectors, which is awesome to see. And you know, we are on the slower hard tyre, but we're managing to put in the pace at the moment. Well, Sergio Perez has come into the pits for his one and only stop. Gasly in as well. So we're now up to 7th in this Grand Prix. And you can see how close we are now to Bottas, because they have been held up by the one-stoppers. And remember, they have to pit again. Well, a small mistake in that first sector has meant that Max Verstappen has gone through. Now we know we're not on the same strategy as him, so I'm tempted to just let him go, not battle it too much. Our priority is maintaining the tyres and
Some information on Stroll. They seem to
sure
have an issue.
that our pace lasts for the rest of the race. We are in theory in net first position here because these guys all need to pit again. So it's all about hanging on here. And if you look behind, it's only the Aston Martins really that are close enough to make a move on us. So this could be a real shock result here. And we could actually win in our first race for Red Bull, which would be a real shock. There goes Giovinazzi as well.
You can win that place back.
Giovinazzi nearly barged us off the road there. So we're now going to have to let him go. And it's all about calculating this. It's going to be about 25 seconds for a pit stop round here. And you feel like we are well within 25 seconds of Fernando Alonso, who is leading this race. So I think we're in a really good position here, and we've got a yellow flag up ahead. It is going to be one of the McLarens. Is that going to bring about the safety car? Because that could be a big disaster. I mean, that is in a very dangerous position. But unbelievably, there hasn't been a safety car called yet.
Green flag.
Well, no. I think all he did was make a mistake. He has actually continued, so that is very, very fortunate, because the safety car really would mess us up here.
By 2.4
there you go,
seconds.
Fernando Alonso is pitted, and you can see how far ahead we are of him, and he was the net leader, as I keep saying. So we're 5 seconds ahead of Sebastian Vettel, and I'm not even sure Vettel will manage to go the full race distance on that medium tyre, so we could be in a really strong position here with a very big lead in this Grand Prix. There they go, there's a couple more into the pits. That's Verstappen and Giovinazzi.
Max in the pits.
So we're now up to third position. Bottas and Norris are the only cars that remain. They haven't come into the pits just yet. Charles Leclerc, our old teammate, is actually one of the cars. I mean, he's currently in a net third position, really. That is unbelievable. Vettel in a net second, depending on whether he has to pit again. That's the big question here. I don't know when he came into the pits, whether he can somehow survive on those medium tyres until the end of the race. And there we go, Lando Norris and Valtteri Bottas pit together then. So we are going to assume the lead of the Grand Prix. It looks like Vettel's pitting as well.
Well done, that's P1. P1, you're leading the race.
And we do not have to pit anymore, so we have got 10 laps to go. Fernando Alonso is probably about to take second place from Charles Leclerc, but Alonso's on the hard tyre, so he's not going to be much quicker than us. This is very interesting strategies from the front guys, because Alonso's now been on a soft, medium and hard compound tyre in this race. Very strange. But we've got a 10-second advantage. Leclerc stays ahead at the moment. Well, we're coming on to lap 23 now, and I am genuinely starting to believe that we very much can win this race. We are still 8 seconds ahead of Fernando Alonso, and if it wasn't for a big mistake on that last lap, we would still be 9 or so seconds ahead of him. We've only got 7 laps to go, so it is going to be very, very close. He's going to have to take more than a second out of us every lap if he is to do this. So as long as we keep it nice and clean. Ooh, unlike that. That's going to cost us half a second at the very least. And that's annoying because we'd had such a decent sector before that. And look at the time shaving off. And that's what can happen. One little mistake. So he's done his job this lap. Well, interestingly, it's now Lando Norris in second, and remember, he's on medium tyres, so I'm actually much more worried about Lando Norris than I was about Fernando Alonso, for instance, because Alonso, on the hard tyres, he couldn't go much quicker than what we were going, whereas Lando Norris, he's setting fastest laps. He's going to be in a really strong position with his McLaren car. We've got 4.5 seconds, pretty much the gap now. 3 laps to go once we've passed this corner. This is going to be really close, I think. Well, coming into the final 2 laps, you can see the front left tyre is blistering now. The front right tyre is as well. And Lando Norris has made up 1.6 seconds in that last lap. If he continues to do that, he is going to be right on us as we go round the final corner. And of course, he's going to get quicker on the final lap, as the AI always do, because they save up their energy for that final lap. But you can see the marbles coming off front right tyre. We are having to be super careful here. There is a yellow flag somewhere, and it's Lando Norris. What has happened? What has happened to Lando Norris? Let's have a look at him. Has he made a mistake out there on these medium tyres? He came round. Yeah, he's made a mistake. He's spun it. And that's him out of the running for this race victory. And now we just have to hold off Fernando Alonso. But that is unbelievable from Lando. And that's a couple of times in this race that McLaren has made a mistake. They were very much in contention for a double podium today. But that's certainly not going to happen now. They're just about going to get double points, I think. Ricciardo just behind Verstappen. Is he going to manage to get him on the line? That's a big question, but here we come round the final corner as we begin our final lap. We're heading towards our second ever race victory.
This is your final lap.
It has been a dream debut for Red Bull so far. Second on the grid with an outstanding lap in Q3. And this perfect strategy today. We haven't been the quickest car out there. Far from it. We probably would have finished lower end of the points had it been the 2-stop strategy that we went for. However, we have managed our race well. We pitted early to get onto these hard tyres to make sure that we didn't get caught in traffic. And it has worked to perfection for us. We're just nursing it round the track now, because we know that Fernando cannot make up that time. And what a podium it's going to be. Us on the top step, Fernando Alonso in second, and Valtteri Bottas rejuvenated after a very poor season 2. He's going to be finishing third with the fastest lap. So here we come then, and we are going to be leading the World Championship for the first time in our career. We come up to the line, and in our first race for Red Bull, we have won the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Superb driving. That's the race win.
A fantastic team effort then to secure victory here in the desert. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Well, they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everyone of the team.
Come on! Yes! Well, what a performance, what a result for us. Finishing top step of the podium, and what a start to Season 3.
And now let's take a look at the drivers' standings. The captain takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship. Some amazing talent out on the track today, but Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
Charles Leclerc showed exactly how to manage yourself out on the track today. He was almost flawless out there. Incredible stuff.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Alpine move up and take the championship lead. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement in Formula One.
Well, there you have it then. We win the Bahrain Grand Prix, the season opener. We beat Fernando Alonso by 1.6 seconds in the end. He finishes second. Bottas third. Leclerc had an excellent fourth for Ferrari with the pace of that car this year. Giovinazzi an excellent fifth on his debut for Alpine. Norris finishes sixth. He'll be so disappointed. He could have potentially pressured us for the race victory. Hamilton finishes seventh. He'll be so disappointed as the 9-time world champion now. Not the greatest start to his defence. Gasly finishes 9th. And Daniel Ricciardo pips Max Verstappen to 10th. So Max Verstappen does not score points. That is huge. And of course, that has ramifications for the Constructors' Championship because Alpine are actually leading the way there. We are second at the moment. Mercedes only third. But of course, very early days as it stands. But what a victory for us in our first race of the season.
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts. You really looked in control of your car out there. Your team must be thrilled. What triggered your move to a new team? Appreciate your time.
Just honestly, faster car. I mean, the more money part, not really bothered, but definitely the faster car bit. And there you go. Our rival, Max Verstappen, who's also our teammate. I've never actually had a rival that's also been our teammate before. But we are going up in the world now. We are firmly established. And after our dominating performance in Belgium, that was a very different way to win a Grand Prix. Very, very happy with it. Christian Horner. He says the car's decent pace, but he wants to be around the middle of the field. Well, okay, Christian, if you say so. But hopefully we've, got a few updates in the pipeline for the future. And we can do something very positive going forward. But that's where we're going to leave it for today and this first episode of Season 3. So if you have enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up down below. Subscribe for more F1 content, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.